Aloha, this is Sky with FNN, Feminist News Network, the feminist news that's right for you. Welcome to the Rainbow Room at night, alright. And me and Bubba want to give you a happy holidays. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being as special as you are to get into my soulful style and telling the news and giving you information that won't give you the blues. Alright. Now, I'm calling this Happy Holiday because I do not think of it as a giving holiday because I'm the one doing all the cooking and giving out all the food. And so I have a hard time calling it giving holiday, but I enjoy cooking. So I did barbecue my turkey. Alright. Yeah. And I want to let you know, thank you for subscribing and thanks for watching my short take for this holiday. And remember, the indigenous and the Native Americans were here first. Alright. Now, what do I want to talk to you about today? Phillis Wheatley. And you're thinking, who is she? Well, she's the first black African American poet. And the first black published poet. Alright. Born in Senegal, Africa in 1753, and within her short time in life, it's starting to be found out within the last 10 years at Emory University and other universities that there's more to her life. It's come to find out that she was an abolitionist in her young years. And maybe the fact that her first book was published in London and then she fell into hard times in America, maybe it was classism. Because she was bought by John and Suzanne Wheatley, and during that time you took on your master's surname, and that's what she did. And she got with them at the age of 7 because her mother was sold off, and then she turned around and was taught to read and write by her brothers and sisters and her surrogate mother, because they decided to take them in like that, Suzanne. And when she began to write poetry about religion, Christianity. She was up in Boston, and yeah, it happened in Boston, Mass. And what happened is, this woman was writing about what she knew, which was Christianity, which she learned being raised up from the age of 7 in the Wheatley home. And then she wrote about what she knew. She gave thanks to a pastor that had died. They had a church that they went to, I believe it was called the South's Meeting Place or something like that. We'll do a picture of the church up here. And her poems got so well known that Suzanne took advantage of it. And even though they weren't feeling well, they went to London anyway, took the other brother with them, and she hooked up with the Countess of Harrington. And in writing what she knows, she wrote a book called Poems on Various Subjects, Religious and Moral. What I would like to do is read one of her first poems. Alright. This poem is about slavery and being brought from Africa to America. I would like to read it to you. "'Twas mercy brought me from my pagan land, taught my beguiled soul to understand. There's a God and there's a Savior too. Once I redemption neither sought nor knew. Some view our sable race with scornful eye, and their color is a diabolic dye. Remember Christians, Negroes, black as Cain, may be refined and joined in a angelic train." Alright, and what did she die of? From new findings within the last 10 years, as reported in the Poetry Foundation. Links will be provided below. Systemic classism and racism. And she was also had excerpts published in like London Magazine. She was very popular over in Europe because the talk about the abolitionist movement mixed with Christianity, you know, was very appealing and became a big thing up there in Europe because they were moving out of doing slavery, but you know, you still have people that were like scouring maids, which Phillis became later, because like a lot of people that are famous at a young age, it doesn't last into, you know, their adulthood. And when the Wheatleys died, you know, she married a freedman that was a grocer, but he was in so much debt until he became imprisoned for his debt. And then it left her virtually in poverty. And she had already lost 2 children, and she ended up losing her life in poverty. And her last child also died because he was already sick and had issues, and they were ended up being buried together. Now, her work does not go unrecognized. She is a very well-known poet with a lot of recognitions and acknowledgments. Like 2002, she was listed as one of the top 100 greatest African Americans. In 2012, Robert Morris University named a new building of science and communication after her. And I believe there's a Whitley Hall at UMass. Alright. This woman shouldn't have died. But this story of Wheatley is told again and again, every generation. Young woman doing well gets caught up at a young age after the parents are gone. You fall into financial ruin systemically because you're African American. Nobody wants to give you a second chance. And because your poems were religious and about abolitionism or being set free, or however they saw it as a free woman writing, a free black woman writing, they didn't want to publish her another book or help her. And she fell into ruin. And you can die falling into poverty and hunger and ruin and not being able to afford health care. You already got your man in jail. Fall into depression. This story is told time and time again. So, as great as a lot of women are, remember during these holiday seasons, we all go through it. Now, it's good when you have family and you have support. But you got to remember, think of others. Reach out. Call and give your support. Don't let somebody you know that is like Phillis Wheatley with a child needing help to go without. Because that could be the next great story she can tell. And if you appreciate this, contact me and Bubba at FeministNewsN@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and Facebook page, Feminist News Network. We appreciate you watching. Thanks for joining. And remember, if you want to donate or anything else, just contact Bubba and me. We'll email you back. Got story ideas? Want to report? Let us know. Alright. Like I said, be safe. Because you need to. Alright. Peace. Say peace, Bubba. He says peace too.